channel. It is Nikki here. So today I have this Glam makeup tutorial for you. The difference with this tutorial is that I'm using all drugstore care brands, so they're all quite affordable, and I've also used brands that you guys probably haven't tried in regards to the beauty department. So I've tried Topshop, Primark and H&M, and I also let you know how I feel about the products when I've tried them out as well. So if you guys want to see how I achieved this makeup look, then just keep on watching. So to start off, I'm going to go in with my NIVEA Soft Refreshingly Soft Moisturising Cream. This is a little bit of a thicker moisturising cream. I'm using it because I like the ones that are a little bit thicker, just because I do have more of a drier skin or dehydrated skin, so to speak. So I like as much moisture as I can get. I literally feel like someone has chucked water at my face. Whenever I put moisturising cream on, I feel like my skin just goes and absorbs it all because it really needs it. Then I'm going to be going in with my ROSCHE POSAY Hydra Phase Intense Yeah. So I just take the product and then I kind of just mix it between the two fingers like this. And then we're going to do a patting motion with our fingers. And I just take it on the cheekbone or the bone that sits here, as opposed to kind of directly underneath the eye. Once that's done, I'm going to be going in with the Maybelline New Baby Skin Instant Pore Eraser. And this is called Lightweight Primer Smooth Poreless Looking Skin. So I've really just concentrated it on my T-zone area and then blurred it out. And I just feel like it just creates a really nice airbrush look to the skin, even without makeup. I don't know if you guys can see the difference on camera, but I really love this. And it feels so silky smooth as well. For a little bit of a glow, I'm going to be using the Halo Illuminizer Glorious Shimmer by H&M. And we're just going to be popping this kind of just on the high points of the face. I want to use it how I would probably use a little bit of Strobe Cream by MAC, just so I've got a really nice glow which is beneath the foundation, so it looks like a glow from within. I'm popping just a little bit on my Petri dish, and then I'm going to go in with my MAC 188, I believe, just a stippling brush, something quite lightweight. Stippling that onto the brush, or stippling the product into the brush, and then I'm just going to go on the high points of my skin before I actually apply any foundation. And then you can sort of see like the luminosity that it's giving to my skin. I also really recommend like a lightweight stippling brush for cream products. I just feel like it really airbrushes the product onto the skin and really melts it in as well. Now moving on to foundation, I'm going to be using the NYX HD Studio Photogenic Foundation, and I am in the shade Warm Sand. I actually recently picked this up and I really like this foundation. I think the colour might be a little bit too light or a little bit off for me, but we're going to make it work. I'm just going to be using anything that's like a flat top dense brush, because that's just going to help really push the product into the skin. Now I will usually concentrate most of the product around the centre of the face, and then I buff it out, just so I've got most of the product here, and then it's all airbrushing out where I don't need so much cover. I'm then just going to be using a clean damp beauty blender, and I'm just going to work this, pounce it off the skin just to get rid of any excess foundation that might be sitting on top of the skin. And I just feel like this gives you a really nice clean airbrushed look. Then it is time for concealer, my favourite part, and I'll be using the NYX HD Concealer. I've used it so much that it's sort of rubbed off. And I am in the shade, Tan Bronze 07. That's the shade that I am in. And I actually genuinely really like this shade for me. If you have a look at it, it is more or less exactly the same shade as my skin tone, which is really weird because I've never come across a concealer that is exactly the same shade as my skin, which is unbelievable. The texture of it, I don't kind of mind. I wish it was a little bit creamier, and I guess I wish it had a little bit more pigment to it in terms of coverage. The coverage is medium, and you guys know I love a full coverage, but we're just gonna work with it. I pop that just in all of the places where I have dark pigmentation, and then I'm gonna be using a beauty blender, and I'm just gonna buff this out. I mean, I feel like this concealer is easily blendable, which I really like. it's not a highlighter colour for me, so I'm going to have to add another colour on top. So the highlighter colour that I'm going to go in with is of course the Maybelline Anti-Age The Eraser Eye in the shade Nude. I kind of don't need to tell you guys about this because you have heard about it, everyone raves about it. It is one of the best like drugstore concealers, I believe. Really nice coverage, really nice everything, and I really like the shade for me as well. So we're just going to go ahead and we're going to highlight all the high points. So that would include underneath the eyes, it would include the bridge of the nose, the cupid's bow, the forehead, as well as the chin. Now we have highlighted. I'm just going to blend all of this out using my damp beauty blender. I kind of just want to work with it a little bit quickly because I don't want the concealer to set. I mean, I do have a confession to make to you guys. I'm a little bit of a snob when it comes to base makeup. I don't mind about anything else, but my base makeup, which is my foundation and my concealer, I kind of really like to be high-end, but I'm actually really liking this base and I'm really loving the NYX foundation so far. I'm then actually going to be setting my T-zone area with the Primark, so that's the PS range, with the Primark Mineral Based Loose Face Powder, and this is in the shade Medium. Surprisingly, I actually really like this product. It's not as finely milled as the mineralized powder that I swear by, but it's a really good dupe or alternative, and for £2 I don't think you can sort of go wrong, can you? And I'm actually just gonna sort of bake with it, sort of work it in to the skin. Now I find that this really actually genuinely helps with the creasing underneath my eyes. Since I've been using this product, I haven't experienced much creasing whatsoever, and that brings me on to my next product. Then to finish off our base makeup, I'll be using the NYX Dewy Finish Long Lasting Setting Spray. Absolutely love this stuff. I feel like this stuff was, how much was it? I think it was like £6, and ever since I've been using it and really working it into the skin, no creasing, makeup stays on point, really good setting spray. So once I've drenched myself in the setting spray, I'm then just gonna go ahead with my damp beauty blender again and really work it into the skin. I just find that when I do this, I feel like I really don't crease, especially the setting spray in conjunction with the powder underneath my eyes. I feel like this is now solid, like it's going nowhere. So now that we have our base done, we're gonna move on to eyes. For eyebrows, I found the Freedom Pomade in dark brown. I swear this stuff is like dipped down from MAC, or like, I wanna say it's like the gel pots that Anastasia have. Very similar. I actually really like this, and I think I kind of maybe prefer it to dip down as well. I really like the color of it. I think it's a really nice color for my brows, and it does exactly what I need. So I'm just going to start off just by using a spoolie to brush through my brows. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a MAC 263 brush, which is just an angle brush, and I'm going to pop my brush into the pomade. And then I'll be taking the excess off just on the back of my hand, just because my brows are already quite thick and I don't want too much product through them. Just gonna work the product in. I don't have too much of a technique, but recently I have been liking my brows a little bit darker. I feel like the Anastasia brow definer is a little bit too natural for me right now. And then I'm just gonna take the spoolie again and we're gonna run this through the brow. This is just going to make it a little bit softer and make sure that all the product is distributed evenly. Then I'm going to be priming using my infamous Color 24 Hour Tattoo by Maybelline, and this is in the shade Creme de Nude. You can see how much I love this product. I use it as a primer every single day. I would compare it as a dupe to MAC Soft Ochre, very similar but like half the price. So just using a MAC 288, which is what I usually do, I'm just going to go in to the product, and then I'm just going to be buffing this all over the lid, taking it all the way up to the brow bone as well, just really buffing it out. And this is just going to help the eyeshadow pop, and it's also just going to help the eyeshadow stay on. Then I'm going to be going in with my Revolution eyeshadow palette, and this is in Fortune Favours the Brave. This eyeshadow palette, oh, so it was £9 from Superdrug. Look how many colours you get in it. Look how many colours you get, and they're so beautiful. We're going to go in with Cream today, just on the lid, just to start off as a base colour. Just going to go in with my MAC 224 brush and just swirl it into that product. And then we're just going to work that all over the lid up to the brow bone. For my crease colour, I'm actually going to be using the PS range by Primark again. And this is PS Bronze Palette. I left all the price tags on just so you guys know how legit this is. So I'm going to be taking this shade right here. We're just going to pop that into the crease. And we're just going to keep working it in by buffing it in circular motions. Now, I do have to tell you guys that the Primark eyeshadows are not as pigmented as I would like them to be, but for the price, I can definitely build layers up. Then I'm going to go back into my Revolution palette, and then I'm going to be picking up this colour, which is called Latte. We're just going to pop Latte into the crease, and this is just going to create some depth. We've got quite a few colours to come yet, so we're just slowly going to build up some depth. Then I'm going to go into this shade right here, and this is called Caffeine Fix, a darker brown, and this is further just going to help us build some more depth in the crease. So I'm just going to pop it in the outer section. Just pop it there, and then you want to start buffing it out. Don't worry about the fallout because we're going to clean that up later. So then I'm just going to take it into an outer V just to add some depth. So take it on to the lid and just keep buffing it out. Then what you can do is you can take just a clean fluffy brush and then buff all of the product out just to make sure that it's all airbrushed. Once all our crease colours are cooperating, I'm just going to go in with that highlighter colour, and I'm just going to clean this up just where I've got a little bit of fallout. Just clean it up, and then we're just going to buff this out with a damp beauty blender. Now for the lid colour, I am going to be using this baby right here. This is the Topshop eyeshadow, and this is in the shade Shuffle the Cards. I don't know if you guys can see it on camera, but it's like a pinky, greeny, goldy, glittery, just some beautifulness going on here. I absolutely love this. So we're just going to start off just by putting this on to the lid, not going all the way up to the crease. We're just going to stay on the exposed area. And who would know, Topshop has some of the best makeup. I really need to go there to get some more. Once that is done, then I'm going to go in with my H&M Glitter Dust. This is absolutely beautiful. It has flecks of pink, blue and green in it. Really nice. So we're just going to lay this on top of the Topshop eyeshadow. This is like one thing I hate about glitter. Can't ever get rid of the fallout. So then I'm just going to go into this bronzy shade using my crease brush, and we're just going to pop this into my lower lash line, and we're just going to buff it out just to smoke it out and give a really nice sultry look to the eye. So I have done that. I'm just going to be taking a little bit of this highlight colour by Primark, and we're just going to highlight the brow bone. So for the wing, I literally just start at the end. I go outwards, and then I'm going to bring it back in. Now I sort of just take it midway and then leave it there, and don't worry if you guys mess up, because we are going to be putting lashes on, so a lot of this line is going to be hidden. I'm going to be using this brand that I found called HEMA, and this is the cream eyeshader. It's a beautiful champagne colour, and we're just going to pop this on the brow bone and then just buff it out. A clean fluffy brush and just really buff the product out. I'm just going to use a little bit of Rimmel Scandaleyes mascara just to add to my lashes before the falsies. Now the lashes that I'm going to be using today are going to be the Ardell Wispies. They look a little funky because I've worn them before, and they are actually two stacked on top of each other. Now I'm just going to be using a little bit of Maybelline's Lash Sensational. I love this mascara, and I'm just going to be popping a little bit onto my lower lashes. Now for bronzer, I'm going to be using the Freedom Pro Blush Palette. And I'm going to be using this matte warm shade right here. Perfect for bronzing. It's got some beautiful highlight colours and blush colours in here as well. And then I'm just going to be dusting that just over the cheekbones. And then we're going to take it a little bit down the jawline as well. And a little bit on the forehead. Then I'm going to be taking this NYX Baked Bronzer slash Blusher. And this is in the shade Solstice. Is beautiful. It's got a really nice shimmer to it, and I love these warm tones. I didn't want too much colour on the cheeks, but this is going to be perfect, like a really nice peachy colour. So then for highlighter, I'm going to go in with the HEMA highlighter pen, and this is really good. This is the shade 02, and it's like a twisty applicator, so you twist the bottom, and this is going to be my liquid base before I pop on a powder highlight. I'm then just going to buff that just on the high points, and it gives you a really nice natural glow already. And then for powder highlight, I'm going to go back into that Freedom palette and take this beautiful champagne gold colour. And we're just going to take this over everywhere that we put the cream. So that would be the tops of the cheekbones, the bridge of the nose, the cupid's bow, and the forehead. Then I'm just going to take my damp beauty blender and I'm just going to pat down the highlight because the highlight is a little bit too strong. For lips, I'm going to be using the Lip Contour by Topshop. I'm not too sure of the shade, so I'm going to pop it down below. But I'm just going to line my lips with this and then we're just going to fill them in. And then to add a little bit of colour to the lips, I'm going to go in with Sleek's Matte Me In Birthday Suit. And then to finish off, I'm just going to be using the NYX setting spray, the dewy finish one. And we're just going to spray this all over the face just to set the makeup and make sure that it doesn't crease at all and stays put throughout the day.